前为止，无论是业余还是职业，不会尝一败，没输过，从来没输过。
He's obviously well-rounded.
Feels like I've been here and done it before, so I know what to expect. I feel good. Feel like I'm in shape. Feel like I'm ready.
Showtime! Yeah, he's got the hair.
Just keen to put on a performance.
我打这种好信心多了，没有一点压力。
Jiayidaer has a will and tenacity and absolute granite.
贾伊达尔卡哈的比赛，你一定会看到他浴血奋战到最后。
笼子里不要往后退，我会让你见识一下山狼的实力。
His chin is insane. It's insane.
真正的
Jiayidaer is just as tough as they get.
哦，连续打击，好看起来漂亮。
He has a tremendous amount of potential, and he's still a really young guy. Still only 25 years old.
没事，了解不了解不重要，我会给你们打精彩的比赛。
Best of luck, Kaha. May the best man win.
All set for the main card, guys. Really excited for this one. Really happy to see Brodie back in JCK. He had an incredible performance in his first fight in the promotion, and now tonight he gets a tougher test against a guy who's been around and had like 13 fights in JCK. Brodie Mayocchi is coming out here with the cowboy hat on. Man, he's only 20 years old. Perfect pro record, 3-0. Fights out of City Kickboxing. Doesn't get much better than that in terms of training partners. You know, one of the best teams. Possibly
in the world. Yeah,
in the
it's
world.
one of the top teams in the world. And also, you know, I don't know if you remember this, but he actually won. They have a sponsored fighter deal where you go in there and have tournaments, and he fought against their local boys, and he won the tournament and got a full-on bursary or sponsorship for a year. So he was living in the gym, and he's been training jiu-jitsu since he's been a kid. So he's a I think he's a jiu-jitsu black belt. But last time when we
He's
saw
a black
him
belt
fight,
already.
Like, yeah, but
Wow.
last time when we saw him fight, he, I need to check on his belt, but I do know he's a jiu-jitsu specialist. However, his striking is so crisp and fast. We didn't even see his wrestling. We didn't even see his jiu-jitsu in his last fight. He put on an absolute.
Well, we did. I mean, he finished his opponent from back mount. TKO, punches from back mount.
But his striking was just ridiculous.
And you know, the guy he fought in his JCK debut was 3-0 at the time. Fanba Ninja, really tough guy. And Brodie smoked him. Basically from bell to bell, was dominating him.
Yeah.
Since then, he's picked up another win in another promotion in less than a minute. And excuse me, he's actually 4-0 in his pro career right now. So I think he's one of the best prospects around. I don't know if he's signed a contract with JCK. I really hope he does, because I think he's a wonderful addition to this lightweight division.
Well, he's fighting this man over here who's going to walk out from the red corner. One of the JCK veterans.
OG.
Yeah, he's fought for JCK 13 times. This is his 14th fight. You know, he's recently made a huge turnaround in his career. You know, a fighter who might have been called a journeyman until recently. You know, he put together a very impressive list of fights. You know, his last fight was a dominant victory over Luozhou Zhangzuo. And Luozhou Zhangzuo, everybody had him picked to win that fight. Luozhou Zhangzuo is a big star, a big name, and Jiayidaer just beat him. The first fight, there was a rematch as well. In the first fight, Jiayidaer just very boring way of fighting, just took him down and held him down. But in the rematch, I mean, it was an exciting fight. And in Jiayidaer's last opponent, he fought the finalist for today's Million RMB winner, Million RMB, tournament, Aman Ali, and that was an absolute banger. We thought that because they're friends and training partners, it'll be weird and we might, you know, they'll cancel each other out, but it was an absolute war. He did get outclassed. Aman Ali was too much for him in almost every aspect of the game. But Jiayidaer is a much bigger physical, you know, athlete than Brodie. And Brodie Mayocchi, you know, he's fighting somebody who's got, what, let's see, 5 times the experience that he has, maybe 6 times the experience that he has. a much more experienced fighter in Jiayidaer.
Kaha's got 15 pro fights. Brodie has 4 pro fights, but Brodie also has an extensive amateur career as well. He fought like 5 or 6 amateur fights, I believe.
That's right.
He's undefeated across amateur and pro. So
yeah, I think that this could be
the thing is
one of the toughest opponents for Jiayidaer, in my opinion. And for Brodie, he's fighting someone who's much more experienced than he is. It's a good test for him,
I think
try
this
and
is
climb the ranks.
a great test for Brodie because Kaha is a big guy for the weight class.
Very tough.
He's 181 centimeters tall. He's going to be the bigger man in there. He's more experienced, and he's just so damn tough. He's got a granite chin.
And he comes in shape as well. But
yeah,
I think technically, like I remember us talking about Brodie after he left. He's one of the guys in the last 2 years. If I have to choose a top tier list of 3 people that I think are talent prospect that I hope we can sign, Brodie would be one of them. He impressed us so much with his performance.
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
He's incredibly good. So yeah, I'm excited to see this fight.
Yo, check out Brodie's Chinese name, Brodie Mayocchi. Showtime is his nickname, and Kaha's nickname is the Mountain Wolf. Shanlan.
Right. So will it be Showtime or the Wolf? We look at the matchup. The tail of a tape, you'll see 5 years older is Kaha, but he also has a 6 centimeter height advantage, but he missed weight.
本场 JCKMMA King Series 男子轻量级的正赛争夺。由于本场比赛红方选手山狼加伊达尔卡哈赛前超重 1.1公斤，根据赛事规则，本场比赛必须以终结的方式才能获得比赛胜利。本场比赛蓝方选手身高174公分，臂展179厘米，体重70.60公斤，年龄20岁，来自于 City Kickboxing 著名的城市踢拳俱乐部 ，MMA 综合格斗战绩3战全胜。 JCK 战局成战绩1战1胜 ，Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the blue corner from Australia. Gets ready for the showtime, Brodie Mayocchi. 本场比赛，红方选手身高181公分，臂展175厘米，体重72.10公斤，年龄25岁，来自于盐湖搏击俱乐部 ，MMA 综合格斗战绩26战19胜7负 ，JCK 战局成战绩13战6胜7负。他就是来自于中国的红方选手山狼加伊达尔卡哈。 那么今天晚上比赛非常高兴邀请到了国内著名的擂台解说专家侯宇老师和刘聪老师，他们2位将在现场为大家带来今天晚上比赛的直播评述。同时，英文解说的部分非常荣幸的邀请到了著名的综合格斗运动员、教练员，同时也是赛事评论员的 Woody Pocketer 和 Andrew Derry 进行现场的呈现。同时还要特别感谢言之有理赵岩老师以及我们的特约解说嘉宾汪乐老师的鼎力相助。本场比赛场上裁判。 白云峰 referee who charged in this octagon is Mr. 白云峰。
Can't wait for this one, Woody. Brodie's one of the best prospects we have in JCK right now. Such a welcome addition to this lightweight division. Here's Brodie Mayocchi in the blue. Kaha is in the red. Jiayidaer Kaha, perhaps the most experienced opponent Brodie has faced, and he's coming out aggressive. Brodie's so well-rounded. He can do it all.
Kaha has that reach and height advantage, but Brodie so crisp with his boxing.
Lands a nice right hand.
Push kick from Brodie through the middle.
Hard leg kick.
Nice low kick. Leg kick.
Brodie looking calm and composed in there. So composed for a man of only 20 years old. I guess New Zealand to China is not that far, is it?
Not far. Well, I mean, theoretically, New Zealand is far from everywhere.
I guess.
So,
how long is the flight?
I'm not sure
6?
I'm not sure from
7?
So I have a very good friend who's from New Zealand. He actually went back for a short trip.
Kaha in on the takedown. Let's see if Brodie can defend.
On the single leg. Brodie dropping some hammer fists.
Kaha latched onto that leg, but so far unable to get his man down. Brodie with the sprawl here.
Brodie has the ankle on the far side. Underneath the legs, he's got that right hand. Just taking the power away. Oh, and he's actually loosened up one hand. Gonna turn to the back. Now it's him on the back of Jiayidaer.
I think Brodie is probably the more technical fighter, but Kaha has that grind. He can grind, like, keep up an intense pace for the entire 15 minutes, non-stop.
And he can take a beating too. Yeah, he's really, really tough.
Super tough and really hard to finish.
But the question is this: we don't know. You know, Brodie might be saying, "What you can say? I'm not tough." We don't know yet. How good is Brodie's chin? How good is his? You know, if he goes to deep water, maybe we'll see tonight.
Yeah, that's why I said I think this is a good test for him to see where he's at in his career currently. You know, so far, perfect 4-0.
Oh, beautiful. He covers up and counters a beautiful 1-2-1 right through the middle.
Man,
nice low kick as well.
Just lit him up with that combination.
Well, it kind of checks that low kick from Jiayidaer.
Where is Kaha training now? Yenhu?
Yeah, he's still training at Yenhu, I believe. Oh, he might actually
I thought he was at Jiayidaer.
No, he's not. Is he? No, I believe he's not.
I could be wrong.
I think he's at
on our
he
fighter
represents
notes,
Yenhu, right? Yeah. But I think he might be training at SAQ.
Okay.
In Kazakhstan.
In Kazakhstan.
Yes.
Ooh. All right.
You should ask him.
I mean, he is Kazakh.
He was definitely based at Yenhu for a long time. I'm not sure where his recent camps were. That I'm very sure of.
Man, we've been lucky so far. We've had 4 finishes in 4 fights to start off King Series 11. It's been a phenomenal card so far.
Brodie actually landed a lead left kick there to the head, but not very heavy. They're exchanging some jabs. Oh, beautiful combination again from Brodie.
Man, Brodie.
He closes the range, sits in the pocket, and just whips out beautiful straight punches.
His boxing combos look awesome here tonight. Very accurate striking. Never overcommits. Great striking fundamentals on display.
Kaha throws a 1-2. Kaha tries to clean sharp and exits with a nice uppercut. Brodie sporting the a big kick.
Sweeps him off his feet with that leg kick, and now Brodie's attacking the back here.
On a ground opponent. Now we get to see some of Brodie's jiu-jitsu.
See if he can sneak one of those hooks in. So far content to just control the upper body. Been trying to get that right hook in, so far unsuccessful. Kaha back up to his feet.
Works up to his feet. Goes to the cage, uses it to start building back up again.
See Brodie, his corner, giving him advice up close and personal. Nice combination.
Nice combination on the exit from Brodie again.
40 seconds left in the first round. And
I asked Brodie for, Brodie Mayocchi for some predictions. He's like, second round. I said, all right, we're gonna get a submission or a knockout. He's like, well, we'll see what he gives me.
There we go. Well,
beautiful crisp striking from Mayocchi.
Off to a great start in the first round.
Jiayidaer throwing back. We see in the corner of Jiayidaer is Hubelan. Also another JCK veteran.
10 seconds left in this first round. It's been a great first round for Brodie Mayocchi. And that'll do it. Hard not to give that one to Brodie. If I were a judge, which I am not, I'd go 10-9 for the, I was going to say for the Kiwi, but he's actually, is he from Australia?
He's from Australia, but he's training
in New Zealand.
Sen kışın getirken avruga bana art kol düzüşlerin hadi. Well, pick up as well. You're good. Just keep doing that, Cobb. Slowly wear on him. We can pick it up more as the fight goes on. He's still got a bit of sting in his shots. Even though you're seeing them coming, we still got a bit of sting. I see that. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from the first round. Brodie's striking was on display here, looking really good.
Boom, that was beautifully done.
Landed some great combinations. Solid left hook.
Doubles up with a jab followed by a lead left hook.
This leg kick took Kaha right off his feet. Solid first round for both men. Let's see if Brodie's prediction of a second round finish can come true here. King Series 11, guys. This is the first fight on our main card in the lightweight division. Brodie Mayocchi is in the blue. Jiayidaer Kaha is in the red. Kaha is so tough, man.
Double jab from Mayocchi. Finds a home on the chin of Jiayidaer.
Kaha has been finished 3 times in his career. Jiayidaer has been finished 3 times in his career. And all 3 have been by submission.
Oh, beautiful right cross from Mayocchi. Goes over the lead hand. Jiayidaer likes to have that left hand out far. Makes the jab a little bit faster, but it does leave him open for an overhand.
They're throwing down here.
I'd be surprised if Mayocchi will be lured into a walk. He's just so technical and smart. Feels like, you know, he's taking what he gets and just make sure that he covers up when he doesn't want to, you know, get down into an absolute bloodbath.
Very calm and composed.
Another beautiful cross.
It doesn't really make any mistakes, does Brodie?
Yeah, well, and when he gets hit, he immediately hits back as well. So he hides any damage very well.
Like, you know,
but I think he's started to.
He's dialed in, very accurate.
I feel like he's starting to beat up the leg, that lead leg of Jiayidaer.
Doesn't get reckless with his strikes.
Mayocchi's landed a lot of kicks, and it feels like Jiayidaer is respecting the kicks. Another one.
See, Jiayidaer marches forward, but none of those really landed. Brodie was able to block or parry all of those strikes.
Mayocchi's also very good at feinting. That's something we see from that team, City Kickboxing. They're so good at that. Lots of head feints, show the hands, try to just bait a reaction. Look what he's doing, just bait, bait, bait. There he throws another right cross.
Yeah, he's beating Jiayidaer up.
Head movement, fakes, putting the pressure. And as someone who's shorter and has shorter reach, he's actually picking Jiayidaer apart from the outside.
Yep.
Doing really, really good here, but cannot count out Jiayidaer. This guy is as tough as nails.
Definitely. Really tough to finish.
Dig to the body from Mayocchi.
When's the last time he got finished? It was...
Oh, beautiful left hook, right cross. But Jiayidaer does throw back some jabs.
Over halfway through the fight at this point. There's a shot.
Nice fast single leg from Jiayidaer. Look at the defense of Mayocchi. Got that far side ankle pick. Just kind of taking the base away from Jiayidaer. Makes it hard for him to, you know, build up. He's got the leg. He might actually turn this.
I was going to say, it looked like, wow, he's actually able to turn him and reverse the position and end up on top. That was beautiful. Lets him up. We're back on the feet with 1:40 to go in this second round.
Both fighters.
Oh, he's hurt.
No, no, he's just wiping their feet.
Oh,
okay. Slippery.
I thought perhaps his knee gave out or something like this. He was moving rather awkwardly.
Just drying the soles of his feet. Another good kick from Mayocchi. Oh, nice straight from Jiayidaer. But again, Mayocchi immediately countering, putting those combinations back on Jiayidaer.
And Mayocchi's not even breathing heavy.
Yeah, he told me he you know, had a recent fight. He took this fight on very short notice. Last week, Thursday. That's about, what, 8 days notice?
Really?
He told me he had a fight you can check. He had a fight recently, and he just kind of stayed on weight, which...
his last fight, oh my goodness, his last fight was March 7th, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so he just, stayed on weight. It was a 1 minute.
1 minute fight.
And
he won by KO against Ji-Young Kim in the Shuriken Fight Series 23. And that one was in New Zealand, actually.
Again, fakes. He's starting to taking the confidence away from Jiayidaer with all these fakes, because If Jiayidaer doesn't, move, he gets hit. Again, blocks up.
Big right hand landed by
Immediately
Mayocchi
counters
there.
with beautiful combinations. Every time Jiayidaer throws something heavy, Brodie Mayocchi just throws back punches and bunches.
That's it for the second round. I feel like it's another one in the books for Brodie Mayocchi.
Yep.
Jiayidaer showcasing his toughness
Aldı
and
bunu,
tenacity.
aldı baldı bir aşk olun. Edin kip buranı. Aldı baldı.
Yeah? Back there. Don't worry about it. We got 5 more minutes, Job.
Direkte kara. Kol git. Bağda bana.
And he's just so tough. He can hang in there, and he can sometimes comeback victory. And has a lot of heart. Does the Mountain Wolf? But all business. Brodie Showtime Mayocchi.
Brodie just so calm and composed. Never overextends. Never gets reckless with his strikes. Everything very dialed in. Jiayidaer showcasing his toughness, however.
Wiping down
A bit
the
slippery
cage a
in
little
there.
bit, yes. We hear Hubelan giving Jiayidaer some advice here from the corner.
Man, Hubelan blows up outside of
He's
outside
80,
of camp.
He's
He's looking huge, bro.
83, 84 kilograms now. I was speaking to him. He told me that he's gonna make the move to lightweight.
Yeah, why not?
He feels too weak at featherweight. Just doesn't have, as they call it in Chinese, drawn tie. Doesn't have the condition. And
have the drawn tie.
yeah,
Brodie Mayocchi
beautiful body shot again for Brodie.
looking good here tonight. I would love to see him.
Another nice kick.
I'd love to see him sign a contract with JCK and participate in the next lightweight tournament.
Absolutely.
I mean, $1 million RMB. That's a pretty good deal.
Another steps through. He's beating up his legs, is Mayocchi.
And this time Mayocchi chooses to engage on the ground, and he's looking to take the back.
Look at
The last
Jiayidaer
time,
just crawls to the cage wall.
this is exactly what happened the last time we were in this position. Mayocchi was unable to get a hook in. Kaha was able to get back up to his feet,
now
but
he has a hook and he has a grapevine as well. So he might be able to get a second hook.
a different story this time around. Brodie is latching himself onto the back of Jiayidaer and threatening that choke. I'm sure he'd like to get that right hook in as well.
Yes,
Here we
ready to
go.
look at that. He's starting to threats and he pulls
Imagine if we had a 4th rear naked choke tonight.
yeah, that would be
4
insane.
on one card. That's got to be a record. A JCK record. It could happen. Brodie
Yeah,
here.
He doesn't have. Jiayidaer's doing really good here, like staying close to the cage wall, not allowing Mayocchi to get that second hook in. But because Mayocchi has the grapevine on the side, he made it very difficult. But now he's got the leg grip and he dumps him beautifully.
Drags him back down, and
Now he's got the hook on the right side against the cage wall. From here, it's much easier for him to take the back properly. Just needs to get that right foot over, which
There we
he
go.
does.
and now the body triangle cinches that on. And Brodie,
He's got
Has
2.5 minutes.
he's
to
been
showcase.
dominant here tonight, and now he's attacking that choke, and that's getting dangerous. That's getting dangerous.
Oh, this is not good.
He's going to go, oh, Jiayidaer, too tough.
So tough. But that body lock is as tight as it gets. Oh, look at this, Jiayidaer.
Oh, he's going for the triangle.
Tries to escape, but now goes straight into a triangle.
He's got it locked up.
Oh, and he gives up
Going
the
for the
armbar.
armbar, too. We see the grimace on the face of Jiayidaer. Can Mayocchi get the finish here?
Both
Switching
the
back and
triangle
forth.
and the armbar on. This does not look good for Jiayidaer, but the triangle is not as on as it was earlier.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of space in the triangle. He's kind of being...
Oh,
now
he
he's
puts it
locked
back
it
on
up a
again.
little better. Let's see if he can get the finish here.
He's
You know,
looking for the armbar at the same time.
Jiayidaer is so tough. If he can get the angle on it,
Oh,
though,
he
now
goes for belly down
now
armbar.
he commits
Trying
fully
to
to the
break
armbar.
it.
Taps! Wow! Brodie Mayocchi with the armbar submission in round 3. Unreal.
Oh my God, first we see another striking, just a seminar, and then jiu-jitsu all for days once it hits the floor. When Brodie got him in the right position, he was so calm and collected, but after he took the back, man, it was just a systematic breakdown, and the young kid,
what a performance.
Showtime!
What a performance. That was a masterclass here tonight. He dominated every aspect of the game. When it came, he was attacking the triangle and the armbar.
Drops over.
Finally, he commits fully to the armbar, goes belly down. Jiayidaer rolls over, but his arm is getting hyperextended, and he chooses to tap and prevent himself from getting horrifically injured. Incredible performance by Brodie Mayocchi.
JCK, sign this kid!
Please. I want to see him in the lightweight tournament next season.
Absolutely. And he'll be a star in China, man. He's a fun, good-looking, really technical fighter. Let's go to the official announcement.
接下来宣布比赛结果。本场比赛来自于澳大利亚的蓝锋选手 The Showtime 布罗迪马约奇，第3回合3分21秒使用手臂十字固降服获胜。The winner is blue corner, win by armbar.